before I start, just a word of warning. I'm doing something on the side throughout the entire thing. So I may or may not just like barely be looking at the screen. It's awful to cast when you're so completely distracted. And generally when I cast, I make sure I'm never distracted. But today is an exception because one, I want to see just how badly everything deteriorates as soon as I'm doing something on the side. Who knows? Maybe nothing changes, nothing gets affected, and I cast like it's normal. Or maybe like when the game heats up, I just completely forget what's on the other screen and I go back to full casting mode. Anything can happen. I think it's a fun thing to try out, just see at least how well I can multitask. It's not too serious of a cast anyway, but I will do my best to at least do this game justice. Unless this game doesn't deserve my respect in the form of general bad players. We'll see how this game pans out. But it's gonna look out to be pretty standard. Vladimir Garen top. Udyr jungle against the Twitch. Udyr, notably, is named Usain Dot. That's a Tiger Udyr, clearly. Runs fast, puts down a lot of dots. Yasuo mid against Fizz. Pretty rough for the Yasuo here, actually. Misfortune, Kaisa, Zyra, Braum. Alright, so that's the matchup in general. A little known fact about Braum, he can in fact block the damage from Zyra ult by putting up his shield facing her, even if he's standing directly on top of Zyra ultimate. It's just a fun little trivia thing, but very rarely does it actually come into play like and save lives. But if it actually does happen in this game, I'll be ecstatic. Let's just leave it at that. The more interesting matchup here is going to be the Vlad Garen top. Vlad actually opts for Cloth Force start. Not the best option here, I will say. You actually do want Dorans in this lane. The extra amount of health and regen, I believe, trumps Claw's armor by a significant amount. The other thing about getting Claw's 4 to start against Garen is that you're kind of pigeonholing your early builds. Because either you sit on this Claw's armor for a prolonged period of time and have it do nothing, or you commit to it and you buy early Seekers. And buying early Seekers on Vlad is pretty awful. Gold is very precious. Oh, Twitch, cheese gank. What is Fizz skill? Fizz didn't skill Playful Trickster. Oh, he's just dead. Twitch gets the easy dive. Wow, okay. Good start for the red team here. Twitch does go very ham onto the Fizz, but he gets well rewarded for it. He does blow his Ignite to do so. And Yasuo also Twitch blew his Flash to do so, and Yasuo blew his Ignite. But they secure the first blood here, and Yasuo gets about a 1 million wave lead, and not to mention this wave. It's gonna crash the tower, but can Fizz rescue it? If he gets here and salvage it, it might not be too bad. Oh, Misfortune catches the Twitch out in his own jungle and kills him off. Takes his buffs, so now this Misfortune is wearing buffs to lane. And speaking of buffs, Udyr will now take his second, and Twitch will respawn with nothing, because now MF walks into this lane with just dead-ass level buffs. Well, that's suddenly this lane got a lot rougher, because now the Make It Rain poke is a real threat to deal with. Twitch, however, did leave a legacy. He got the Yasuo ahead. We'll see if he can actually rocket this lead out to something that's actually appreciable. But that early aggression aside, back to this top lane talk. So the class start either pigeonholes Vlad into a Seekers, which is awful because every bit of gold for Vlad matters early on. You want to spin it all into CDR, or else your laning power is just significantly cut. Or you sit on this class armor for a long time and go into your standard Kindle Gem Codex. Oh my gosh, this Twitch is back again. Twitch will Fizz won't die from this. Twitch passive never kills. Udyr's made his way into the party as well, but now Fizz is so behind in CS. Udyr claps the Yasuo on the butt and walks away. Twitch once again gets found out by the Zyra. He's only level 2, and the Misfortune makes her way up again. He's just getting bullied around by the blue team bot lane. He just can't walk into that river. He's only got 4 CS too, which is not what you want. He killed the red buff, and that's it. Red buff counts for 4 CS. He killed red buff, killed Twitch, died to MF, and then respawn and win to gank mid immediately again. Right now he's not even farming, he's not even going for the scuttle, but here comes the Braum. The Winter's Bite, the slow concussive blows is there. The slow lands and Twitch gets his second kill, but he's still only sitting on 4 CS. That's no way to play the game as a jungler. Yasuo has a flash away. Twitch secures the Scuttle Crab, gets another 4 CS to his name. But now there's so many enemies running down into him. The Udyr is fighting him, but he can't win that. Twitch bursts him out with the expunge. And now Kai'Sa has to run. She's in so much trouble. Fizz jumps on top of her. The heal is not enough to keep her alive. Zyra coming back for the root. Everybody disengages. Once again, Twitch single digit CS. 4 minutes, 56 seconds in. He has made some decently positive plays, but if it comes at the cost of such an incredibly slow jungle clear, it might not be entirely worth it. He picked up early Red Smite as well, so he will start gaining some more EXP in this jungle. But remember, catch up EXP, no longer a thing in the jungle. If you bring yourself this far behind when the early clear EXP penalty is still on your camps, it's not looking good for his levels. And once you get out leveled by Udyr, you're gonna start getting run over. And it might happen soon enough. Like, these kills won't mean anything for his individual advancement in the game. Vlad getting a pretty cheeky dive onto the Garen actually succeeds. I'm so interested in what this Vlad's gonna build, because if he finishes Seeker's Arm Guard, he's gonna give up a lot of power to do so. I don't know the context in which a Vladimir will ever opt to start class 4. You probably wouldn't opt to do that against... Like, what's the roughest matchup that will cause you to go class 4 in that lane? Like, against anyone? Darius, maybe? Like, class 5 star was a classic thing against the Darius, but nowadays you wouldn't even do that. Twitch comes spot for a gank again. He just doesn't like farming his jungle, but he does like ganking a lot, which I guess is a double-edged sword, but they're gonna pick up a nifty double kill. Kai'Sa actually walks away with her life. So close to dying. But Fizz jumps in. Udyr claps onto the Yasuo. Yasuo is so low. He's only level 6. He does have ultimate, but the tornado whiffs. So the Fizz will take that kill. 4 to 6 so far in team kills. A lot of plays happening mid and bot. So much of it going on to the Twitch, but I genuinely cannot tell how strong this Fizz is, just because farming your jungle is... Like, sure, it's not necessary. Like, it's definitely a viable strat to just take like 1 or 2 camps and then just start ganking non-stop, which is what he's been doing. You can definitely snowball your team and win from this position. But it's such a high-risk strat to run, especially in a, let's say, a middling elo solo queue environment, where sometimes your team can't really take her lead because look at what the Kai'Sa just did. I don't know what she was thinking there. She just walked back into MF and allowed MF to kill her. Udyr will get Ocean Drake off the back of this, and now Twitch going back for his second rotation of buffs. Like, what's the point in just grabbing one camp and ganking non-stop if your laners are just gonna throw everything away like that? Getting yourself strong individually seems like the better way to carry in solo queue environments. Once again, I'm not saying it's a bad strat. It will work great in a coordinated stack, where you lay down so much pressure around the map that even if you're not farming your jungle, it doesn't matter, because you will basically forcefully wrest map control away from the enemies and give it to your team, and they can win the game from there. But in this situation, not really that viable. He's level 5, he's sneaking out to the Garen. Does the Garen just spot him? He pops out, Red Smite lands. Tiny expunge, not enough damage landed on to really do anything. And Udyr's made his way up top. I think Twitch lingered here a little bit too long. Udyr's still 1 level above him, maintaining a pretty healthy lead. Yasuo rotates up. He does find the Udyr here. Was Udyr go on him? No, Udyr will try to run away. Oh, the bear slap coming in. Tiger. DOT has landed. Yasuo can't fight this. He has to back. Let's take a look at the income here, actually. Twitch is ahead of the Udyr, which is more or less what I expect. He did get quite a bit of... Like, he got the early kills, which is worth significantly more than jungle camps. It all matters... That the only important part in this matchup really is he gonna level up in time to continuously threaten Udyr? Because if you're being put... Right now, he's just consistently 1 level behind, and now the level lead has been pulled to 2. But if he's consistently under-leveled, eventually he's going to run out of steam on this early aggression. And he'll have to try to contend with a way to get back into the game and be relevant again. Udyr is more than doubling his CS. Even though he has the gold deficit, he's gonna be more useful in the mid game. Twitch is stealthing up again, but he walks through a red ward, so they see him. He has turned on so much damage landed. He dies before he even gets a chance to do anything in mid lane. Yasuo gets clapped out as well. Kaisa kills off the MF, so that's at least a little bit of a consolation prize, I guess. But that was not worth it. When the Twitch does early pathing like this, you can't afford to die. You can't afford to have that happen to you. He knows he's being spotted out by Pinkor, but he still went in regardless. And it really bit him in the behind. Because when you get put behind in a situation like this, how do you come back? The jungle nowadays is just not conducive to that kind of playstyle. It's so very feast or famine. And it's so easy to throw away the feast as well. It just takes one mistake. And we might have just seen this mistake happen. Kaisa going to try to walk up maybe. One stack of plasma. Kaisa is level 7. She doesn't have killer instinct though. They have to be very careful. Bullet time comes out just as Unbreakable ends. Bot lane taking so much pain down to get out. But now Twitch is here. Does he have the ultimate? He does. He pops the Rat-a-tat. Or Spray and Pray. They renamed it back. Thank God they trade the 1-for-1 kill. He's just not going to let this lane go. But he gives up a kill to the Misfortune. That's not worth it. Hemo Plague Pool. That's going to get the Vladimir out of there. So the Udyr getting no successful gank off. He's still carrying Rip Herald with him. Kaisa is not backing. She's remaining with like 200 HP. But it's so little that MF double hop can just kill her straight up. She needs to try to reset here. Such a bloody game so far. Now for Twitch, I think at this point in the game, he kind of has to realize like, yeah, this goal lead is not going to hold forever. And a few mistakes is enough to cost you the game. Oh, but he's still ganking. He's not going back to the farm. He just wants kills. But he's not going to get this one. He's only level 6. Even the Zyra out-levels him. He takes another kill, trades another one back. And I'm pretty sure like 2 deaths ago, these maneuvers are just no longer paying off. You can't afford to do that over and over. Herald gets dropped mid. Uyer's just crushing him in the map objective. Yasuo getting Dovang yet again. It's so healthy. And Ignite's taking down. Herald's about to charge. Twitch just now respawn. He's not in position to help. And Yasuo can't possibly stay. This is an easy dive for the Udyr and Fizz. They're gonna go on him right now. Tiger is up, but he's not gonna chase. The ultimate from Garen not killing it. Sanguine Pool gets the Vlad out of danger. The Herald thankfully does die before it kills off the tower. But mid lane is looking so rough. Fizz does have a significant CS disadvantage, but with these Udyr visits he's been paying, and that significant chunk of plays he's collected on top of the kills, he's not behind in gold. Yep, he's actually ahead. As cruel as the CS deficit would point to the contrary. He does land on Zyra, and he's going ham. The Ignite lands. Twitch spraying it down. And he does get the kill on the Zyra. That's his first kill of the game, actually. But now, seriously, it's up to the Twitch. He needs to find a way to come back into this game. He's the same level as his support. And he's lower level than the enemy support. He's the lowest level person in this entire game. And level leads just can't be regenerated in the jungle. He's still sitting on 36 CS. Braum can outfarm him if this game keeps going on this pace. But they really need to get this guy back into the game. These aggressive plays, I think that the game has now gotten to a state where Twitch can't find cheeky early aggressive kills anymore. Now he has to contend with life as a very behind rat in the jungle. Udyr is just flexing. He built Rage Blade. What the frick? Who builds that? That's interesting, I suppose. Not the best item I would say that a Udyr should go for, but it's a very greedy build as well, because it assumes that he can sit in the fight and just slap people forever, because it takes such a long time for Rage Blade to actually ramp up. 6 autos is a lot, even if you hit faster and faster. because the Udyr has to contend with staying alive. But oh my god, that damage. He doesn't even need the Rage Blade damage to finish that off. He just scratches out Twitch in 4 autos. And now he's onto the Vlad. He gets stunned in the pool. And now Udyr, he is carrying red buff. The slows are being laid down. The Rage Blade is fully stacked up. He's punching so fast. Vladimir can't get away. And he dies as well. Udyr picks up 2 kills. Yasuo is his next opponent. But can he actually fight this? The Tiger so much. He flashes away from the tornado. And Yasuo is not going to win this fight. He's being clapped out. Udyr's canceling autos. But it doesn't matter. He gets 3 kills for 0. Kaisa walks back in. She takes out the Misfortune. But now Zyra's hot on her tail. Braum cannot assist. He's so low. Everyone here is so low. Kaisa gets picked off by the Zyra Q. Overall, a super net positive trade for blue team. They killed 4 people all around the map and they only lost MF. Top lane in particular is just a disaster. And now Fizz not finding it safe anymore to return his own jungle. Fizz catches him out. Twitch dies for his 6th time this game. And it's just a start of many more to come. Look at these items. These are so poor for 15 minutes into the game. When your jungler has 6 kills, you'd expect him to buy so many more things than this. It's just not happening. The game has settled down a bit. And honestly, it's good. Every moment of peace and quiet is some opportunity Twitch can get. But he hasn't killed anything yet. He needs to start farming his jungle. Direct Camera has even ditched him because he's not doing nothing. Now Udyr, it's time to make plays. The Tiger stance is coming. Yasuo doesn't stand a chance. The Glacial Fish are not going to do anything. Twitch killed 1 minion and decides to start fighting again. But this is a very dangerous existence for him. He needs to try to run away. He camouflages and runs away. 3 stacks of concussive blows is not enough to stun out the Misfortune. And the Udyr is here. The scary Tiger clawing down the Braum. 2 for 1 so far in this trade. Red team consistently finds themselves on the losing ends of these exchanges. Top lane, Vladimir gets silenced out. He just needs to scale a little bit more. He did go for that early arm guard. I didn't even talk about that. I mean, it is winning his lane. But right now, he's still far too weak to contend in the team fight. Fizz takes down Kaisa for a double kill. And apparently, she leaves the game. I guess. Cool. Well, this game just went from bad to worse for Red Team. It's very much live and die by the rat, this game. Because really, when such an aggressive jungler is put behind by essentially his own mistake, and he made a lot of early mistakes, dying to Misfortune before he can kill his own blue buff for the first time, trading 1-for-1 bot lane multiple times, and just refusing to farm his jungle. It's really come back to bite him, and now he's finding himself much less effective against an attack speed stacking Udyr, which, for all intents and purposes, shouldn't work. It is not a build that you look at and go, wow, that seems strong. It's just because the circumstances of this game has allowed the Udyr to bully his enemy jungler around, and as a result, it's snowballing out of control. This is such a greedy build. I will never even consider running something like this, no matter how ahead. But right now, Udyr is in a position where it's quite impossible for him to fall behind from here. So what can he do? Oh, he's gonna jump the Yasuo. This is gonna be so quick. Tiger, Red Smite. He's only switching the Bear to finish it. That's just brutal. He doesn't even have Sheen or Triforce. Those are not empowered autos. Those are just straight up his auto damage carried on from a Rage Blade and Warrior, I guess. And they're gonna take Dragon number 2 for their own team. Now without an ADC, what can they do? Herald 2 has been dropped in mid lane. Red team finding themselves short-handed and undermanned. They have to try to stop the siege. Red team loses their turrets. I got a message saying I'm getting griefed. I don't disagree, given the outset of this game. It does look very, very hopeless for red team. And that's even ignoring the fact that it's right now a 4v5. Even if it wasn't a 4v5, it still looks bleak. But it's no excuse to leave the game, Kaisa. Come on! That is a poor show. You should be ashamed of yourself. Top lane is under so much pressure. They just can't defend. Udyr is so strong, 8th 101. Just stay patient, farm your jungle. Realize that these early Twitch aggressions are being paid for in blood. And eventually you far out damage him. And that's exactly what the Udyr is doing. A 5 level lead. Man, when I said 2 or 3 level lead is bad, imagine 5. The Twitch is just now... Ugh. I mean, like I said, man, without the coordinating the stack, don't try to gank so aggressively. Maybe if you're on like a Clash team or an LCS stage, and yeah, this strat could definitely work. But really, you can't really rely on your solo queue teammates to make use of the early power you're given. That's actually such a solid amount of Vlad burst. Props to the Vlad for trying, but honestly, this is just not enough. He kills off the Misfortune with this burst, but at what cost? At what cost, really? The Misfortune's not even a problem in this team anymore. The problem right now is just this game is unwinnable. How are they gonna contend against such a terrifying threat? Kai'Sa's not coming back into this game, and I think Twitch is AFK now. Which sucks. I guess this is like the downfall of casting live games. You don't really know if a game just turns to a grief fest, and yep, there's a surrender for the red team. All is lost. It does leave a sour taste in my mouth to watch a game go down like this. It's just not entertaining to watch. But at least the early game was decently interesting, so it's not a total lost cause, I suppose.